Okay, before we get on with the video, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone out there supporting my channel. So today we are drawing a dog. A friend of mine texted me and said he had issues trying to draw animals. I know it's kind of frustrating trying to draw animals with fur and stuff like that. It's actually frustrating for me too. And I kind of managed to figure out my way to get animals drawn. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got to do this. I hope you guys enjoy it because I enjoyed drawing this. Although it's really frustrating. Alright, let's do it already. So I already have my picture imported here, and like I usually already say, do not draw on your photo layer. Like, for example, I'm going to draw on my photo layer just to show you guys what I mean. When you draw your photo layer and maybe you end up making a mistake, like, then you want to erase your fuck up. And maybe when you do that with your eraser, you end up erasing the photo itself, and that's really messed up. Like I always say, do not draw a photo layer. Like now I'm erasing the photo itself because I drew my photo layer. So I'm going to go back and create a new layer above the photo layer here. Then while I draw this now, I make a mistake, I can as well, since I'm on a new layer, I can as well go back to my eraser and clean it off. That's affecting the photo layer you get. And I can even edit my drawing, like play around with it, since I drew on a new layer, so it doesn't affect the photo layer itself. That's just about layers. I hope you guys get it. So I'm just going to erase that stuff out there and just finish up the whole outline on time lapse. Okay, first before I do the time lapse, real quick, while I sketch animals, quick tip, while I sketch animals, I don't really bother going down on detailing the hair, all that stuff. Just the same way I do human hair, I don't detail the hair while doing outlines. I just draw the few, I just add a few details. Like I don't bother on sketching hair. I usually do the hair detailing when I'm painting it, you get. So I'm going to draw the dog here real quick.
We had something. Tonight I'll be guessing, but I don't really have a case. You don't have to mention, you just like their attention. It's written all over your face. I don't wanna play the quiet type.
Alright, I guess that's done. So if you notice, I didn't really do the hair detailing, just the normal outline of the dog itself. I was just there. This is the previous one I did before the video, and this is the one I did after the video. Okay, I forgot to do the pupil. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Pupil, iris, I guess. Pupil, yeah, that's it. So then I take that's that for the outline of the dog. Alright, I guess it's time for painting then. So usually I go into the outline layer, select and choose automatic, tap on the background part of the picture. That's what I do, because painting is really easy out here on Procreate. So I go on freehand, then invert my selection, go down to a new layer underneath the outline, then add on a reference there. That's what I do, just to make my work easier, instead of, you need a reference while you're drawing. I need to explain that. Then this dog is black. That's the base color for the dog. So I usually don't use the pure black. I'm going to use a lighter kind of dark. Oh, that's just too much. I'm going to use a lighter kind of black here. I usually make my black lighter than the usual black, just so I can see my outline So that's what I'm trying to get here. I guess this is maybe. Alright, that's it. So from this point I want to turn my outline into a reference, then paint the tongue. Using a pink there. I'm just gonna use the fill tool, just fill out the tongue there with pink. Alright, so I'm basically just making the flat colors, and I'm going to do that on time lapse again. So from this point, as you can see, the dog is looking really scary. I don't like it, so I'm going to add up the brown spots on the dog using an airbrush, soft airbrush. That's what I use to add up details on the dog. I don't really go straight up to start making hair, to start sketching out the hairlines firstly. I usually fade in the colors first. I guess that's an hack. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just fading in the brownish colors on the spots where I see brown on the original photo there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Time lapse again. So now that I'm done adding the brown spots, I'm going to create a new layer for the hair detailing. So I'm going to use the technical pen and reduce the opacity down, very down. Yeah, I'm just going to start creating hair by sketching this out there. So when you reduce your opacity down like this, like the way I did, when you sketch it, when you draw a line, the opacity is low, but when you draw again on that same line, it gets darker. The more you draw on a particular line, the more it gets darker. So that's just my technique of making hair. So I'm just using that to kind of fake the hair texture on the dog. So when I'm done doing this, you notice the sketching of hair actually blends in the other brown spots I've made so far. It just makes it look like it's actually hair that's there. This is just my technique of making hair. So what I'm doing firstly, I'm not yet adding shade into this picture. This is just the base colors of the dog. Alright, so we're done with the base colors. So now I'm just gonna add dark shades to the picture. I'm using a black, not really pure black, but it's kind of black with the opacity down. So now I'm just gonna shade through the dark sides of the picture from the reference. So from this point now, I'm taking my opacity down back, and with the technical pen, I'm just sketching down hair details on the picture. If you notice, when I was shading the dark shades in the first place, I didn't really sketch it down. I just made sure I filled in the whole shading at once, because whenever you remove your hand from the pen and start shading again, it will start getting darker. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. But for the first shadings I made, I just made them solid shades, they were not really sketches. So right now I'm just sketching in the hair details now with the same brush. Alright, So I'm painting the teeth and the gums of the dog. So when I want to shade this tongue, I'm going to use multiply effect. I'm going to set to multiply, then that's how I shade nowadays. Just it makes the shading kind of easier. I use multiply there, so I'm just shading with a single color there. Yeah, and that layer for more dark shades on the tongue and edges of the dog there. Alright, adding a new layer now for light shades. I'm gonna take it up, like make it a bit kind of lighter. I actually picked up from the brown skin color, the brown hair color of the dog, really lighter here. With the same technical pen to reduce opacity, I'm just sketching down hair details there, just for the effect of hair, you know. From this point, I actually noticed the dog's, there's the extra highlights on the dog's face, so I'm just adding that, picking the hair color there, the brownish color, making it lighter. I'm going to use the light airbrush and just fade in those extra light there. So what I'm doing just makes it stand out some more. So now I'm going back to my light layer and using technical pen, I picked white and reduce opacity down. I'm now adding the hair details on the black part. If you notice, I did the hair details, the highlights of hair details on the brownish parts before, so now I'm doing the same for the black parts of the dog. I used white with technical pen, opacity down, and shading. Okay, I don't really know how I'm going to explain this, but while your opacity is down and you're on the technical pen, if you are drawing, like once you remove your hand from the screen, once you get your pen off the screen and make an underline, it will always make a darker kind of line. I don't know how to explain that. So for some parts of the picture, I try to make a base color, like a flat color there. That's why you see me not getting my hands off the screen at all after creating that segment for light. I'm not getting my hand off the screen at all, just so it will have a single color. Because if I get my hand off the screen and then try and continue the shading, it's gonna make light variations. So I only just sketch randomly. I'm just adding hair details. So those segments I created are for lights coming in there. Then I continue by fading in the hair details there, just sketching hair details for realism. I don't know if you get it, but that's just what it is. So I'm just quickly doing the highlights of hair with technical pen, white technical pen with a reduced opacity. That highlight, you can see how the dog is turning out really nice. So I'm going to add some lights on the dog's tongue, some highlights on the tongue with soft airbrush, and on the teeth, the gums, and the gum. Then go on the eyes, my multiply layer, and just fill in some dark areas. Yeah, I don't know if all this happened too fast for you guys. So I hope you guys can get what I'm trying to do here. I guess that's that. Yeah, that's that. So I'm just trying to make a background for this photo. I'm not really good with background, so I don't just trying to start drawing a whole background. So what I'm going to do here in this video, I'm just going to import a background from GTA 5. I'm going to get a background, download the background and put it right behind this. Alright, I'm back. Background already downloaded. So I'm just going to edit the background right now using the Gaussian blur. I don't really know if that's how it's pronounced because I'm not a linguistic kind of person. So I'm just going to blur the background just a little bit, then create a new layer above everything. Okay, I'm going to turn the effect of the background into color. Let me just select that real quick. I'm selecting the dog layer as the painting of the dog. I'm going to turn this new layer into add. Then I'm just going to pick on the color there on the background. Then with my soft airbrush, I'm going to just fade in that light up in the head there, where the light is coming from. So I'm going to do the same, pick up the color from the other edge too, and just fade in that through there. Pick up the color there. I'm just picking up lights from the original background and fading it on the picture, just to make it blend in with the background, because this is not my background, I stole this. So I'm just making it blend in. That's that for this dog. Looks good, right? So that's that for Sparky. I usually never expect animals that just turn up nice, but they always do. So this is how I did it. And thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.